Welcome back to a community connection conversation on race pushing for change. Just before the break, Sandra, you were touching on, people calling out inappropriate jokes, and that's just one step that people can do to, combat this racial injustice. What else can people do right now all across the Susquehanna Valley right now, the next month, the next year? What steps should we be taking to address these issues?
Number one, register to vote and vote and support progressive initiatives, support candidates who support them. We are looking for accountability and seats at the table, economic equity, that we can address the wealth gap, education equity, fair school funding formulas, reformative of predictive policing. We're looking to defend excessive policing, put more money into youth programs, education, addiction, and mental health, so that way the police can be called less. Also address these hate crimes where, again, over policing of Black and brown bodies, that we start enforcing the false report statutes. We start enforcing other statutes dealing with the hate crimes and bias. Also, your supports Black and brown businesses, so we can also have more ownership and control on the boards, on the foundations, making decisions for us, by us, instead of other people telling us what's best in the Black and brown communities. So we want a seat at the table. So start opening up those spaces. That's what could be done.
A lot of ideas from you, Sandra. Anyone else want to add anything else to the long list of things that she just laid out there?
Yes, one of the things I would like to add is keeping the momentum. That's one of the most important things that I find for the community specifically to do. Everyone has a role when it comes to centering Black lives and building up marginalized communities. And that start with keeping the momentum. So remembering that this is a marathon and not a sprint is something that does not happen overnight. It's something that you can't give up on. It's something that you have to keep going out, and you have to keep vocalizing your voices for those, whether you're white or whether you're Black or brown or Latino or whatever the case may be. You have someone that you have to speak up for that stands beside you. So one of the things that I like to capitalize on and make sure that I emphasize is believing that change can happen, but also being a part of that change by embracing it and keeping your momentum and doing your due diligence to make sure that it actually is there.
Yes. Any quick words from Chad or Greg?
Yeah, just really briefly.
I'm sorry, Chad.
No, go ahead, Greg.
I just wanted to say those of us who are white have a lot of work to do with one another. And I teach at Lancaster Seminary in our religious communities especially.
Yeah, just really briefly, I think what Greg stated, what Brent stated, and what Sandra so eloquently stated just really kind of maps it all out. I would just add anti-racism training with police departments. Folk really have to deal with the vicarious traumatization of seeing these footages of these deaths of Black and brown bodies. I think we all need to work on our own isms. How can we wake up each day? Take me, for example, check my male privilege, my toxic masculinity, how we can push against not being homophobic, sitting idly by, and because our Jewish colleagues' names are not Stein or Littman or Katz, we allow anti-Semitic jokes to occur. We need to also just really speak about allyship. I don't like words like that. Just fundamentally be a good person. From a structural standpoint, it's the fair housing, it's the unemployment discrimination. And if you're a victim of any form of unlawful discrimination in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you have the NAACP, you have the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, you have the Attorney General's office, and you have the PA State Police. So nobody has to think that they can just be discriminated against. If you can't get folk on criminal charges, there are civil remedies. Hate, as well as forms of ethnic intimidation, cannot be tolerable in a state where it's ranked number 8 in the country among hate groups assembling.
Well, thank you all so much for your perspectives this evening. We really appreciate it. And thank you all at home for joining us tonight. This is only the beginning. And be sure to look for more discussion and more stories on WGAL in the coming weeks and the months. Good evening.